High Point transfer guard Kezza Giffa, who was a two-time first team All Big South selection. High Point, obviously, really good basketball team. Ralph, I really commend you because you didn't let me forget that High Point was a really good and fun basketball team, except Purdue packed them up. But that's not what this video is about. Transfer guard Kezza Giffa has committed to Eric Musselman and USC. The 6'2 senior averaged almost 15 points a game last year, a little over 2 rebounds, a little over 2 assists. Kind of a solid, just little sneaky in the night, late night Eric Musselman out of nowhere ad for them to fill in for their guard rotation, the guard depth at USC this year. Obviously, they add guys like Rodney Rice. They have Elijah Arenas, who obviously is recovering from his accident, but is still on track, I believe, to play this season. So this is an ad, I think, to add some guard depth to a guy in Eric Musselman who likes to play a lot of guards and needs good guards on his basketball team to be successful. Ralph, you're my High Point guy, even if you don't know you are or not. Talk to me on Kezza Giffa.
This is a rotation ad. I would not expect Giffa to come in and play anything close to a major role, quite frankly. And that's not to say that Giffa is not good. He is. You don't get to be a two-time first team all conference selection without that. But his game is built on attacking the rim, finishing at the rim, and getting to the foul line. He's a really, really good free throw shooter. But going back to his time at UTEP too, has not been a good three-point shooter. I think he's below 33% for his career. He is not a playmaker, has not proven like that ability to really be a high assist guy or to set the table for his teammates. He is somebody who attacks the rim. Whether the ball goes to the rim, goes in, whether that gets him to the foul line, remains to be seen. But he is somebody whose game is built on attacking the rim. With his size at 6'2", I think is what he was listed at. He's a smaller non-playmaker. It was better for him to be able to do that at like the Big South level for a good
Mhm.
team at High Point. Then I have questions about how that translates up, particularly to the Big Ten, which is known for being a big physical league. Obviously, he is good enough to where he can play a role, certainly, but I think his impact is going to be capped. I think this is a bit of a luxury ad for USC, and if, get 10, 15 minutes a night, give your stars a bit of a breather, and go from there.
Yeah, and look, Kezza was a little bit better his junior year, I believe it was. At least shot better from three that year, averaged more points that season, but he's just not really a passer. And being 6'2", listed at 165, I'd be very interested to see if he is 165. It is going to, I think he is going to find it a little bit tougher to be able to get to a point where he has the same effect that he had at High Point. But if he's in a certain role where he's just bringing some guard depth, I think you kind of bringing to the point that you brought up. I mean, this is a guy that gets to the free throw line. His
Yeah.
I believe this would be his first year at High Point. Off the bench, still played 30 minutes a game, started 9 games that year. He shot almost 8 free throws a game. So like he was getting there, right? That
Mm-hmm.
always doesn't necessarily translate to kind of what he'll be able to do at the high level, but at the high major level. But I think to your point, if you're bringing him in as a depth piece, you feel good about that. Let him, you know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah.
have someone off the bench that can contribute.
Look, he fits what Musselman likes. Like Musselman has a type of guards who want to get downhill and attack the rim. There's Kezza Giffa. That's what he does, and he does it at a high level. Adding a two-time first team all conference selection, always a good thing. And Giffa is a good player. I think you're counting on him though being a really good like eighth or ninth man,
Hmm.
which if that's what you get from him for USC, I think you feel pretty good about his impact and where you would be as a team.
Yeah, 100%. I think, Kezza Giffa choosing USC, it'd be interesting to see kind of where he falls in because if he's playing a lot, I think that means some things went wrong with some of the other guards and the depth on this team. But to your point, not to overthink this, anytime you can add a player of
Yeah,
his pedigree, I guess at the mid-major level, you take that, right?
yeah, and there's experience there. This is his fourth year of college basketball.
Mm,
Elijah Arenas is just being a freshman may take some time to get up to speed. There's also the car accident recovering from that comes into play.
right.
I think Giffa can help kind of bridge that until Elijah Arenas is ready to play the kind of role that USC is hoping he can, at least take some of the pressure off of him to be as ready because Giffa, he's not a finished product, but you know who he is. His game isn't changing, and that fits Musselman's system, what Musselman wants to do. So I certainly see it from that perspective as well. I think it's a good fit.
Yeah, I think so too. It'll be interesting to see like what his role ends up being with USC, but good ad by Musselman. My Trojans will be just fine.